Good morning! Today we have a special guest. I guess every guest is special to me. Her name is Julia and she works in Miami when I see her in Miami. And I think is she Brazilian? I think she is Brazilian. But I can't wait to style with her. Actually, we're gonna do some cutting today, not styling. We're gonna do some layerings and stuff like that. So I can't wait. I hope you guys are well. Good morning, or good afternoon, and good evening, and how are you not? Cool. So let's dial her in. Is this on high? Everyone's good. Glad. Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are
You
you?
have a live model. Lucky you.
Yes, this is my model that I volunteered. This is Jocelyn. Say hi, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, nice to meet you. Julia,
Oh, sorry.
no worries. My audience don't know who you are. Introduce yourself and talk a little about yourself and stuff like that so they know who you are. I work with you in Miami.
Yes.
And are you Brazilian?
Dominican, not
Are you
Brazilian.
Dominican?
But there is a lot of Brazilians at the salon, so maybe that's why. And the
Yes.
accent. I was actually born in the U.S. in Miami, but I grew up in the Dominican Republic with my grandma, and I moved back to the States when I was like in high school. And yeah, I've been here since.
Nice. And how long have you worked at the salon in Miami for?
So at Atma, I have been working for about 3.5 years. In total, that I moved back to Miami from another part of Florida, it's been almost 6 years.
6 years?
And yeah, that I moved back from Dominican Republic since I was about 13, 14, doing hair since I was 16 in a barbershop. So yeah, half my life.
Oh, very cool. Aw, I love working. I mean, I don't get to see you often because we're upstairs and you guys are downstairs. So every time we go to a break room or restroom, we see each other and we just say wave hi and then run to the restroom. I know. I can't wait to see you. Hopefully in June.
I know. I can't
Hopefully
wait to be able to like hug again.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, we can. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think we're coming in June, so that's our next date. So I think you guys are opening up soon. I'm not quite sure. Every states and county is so different. So we're not sure we're opening up until like May 15th, but we're not sure yet. So
yeah.
Cool. Who's your model today?
This is my daughter, Jocelyn. She's 13.
I didn't know you have a daughter.
Yes, I'm a very young mom.
What? Do you
yes,
have a daughter?
19,
Man, that's crazy.
She's 13. I'm 32.
Wow,
yes.
amazing! Wow, yeah,
and she just volunteers all the time for me to do whatever I want.
Oh, incredible! What a great daughter! It's like she's like whatever you want. I mean, free hair, right, Mom?
Yes.
Right. What's your daughter's name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Right. I might. Yeah. Well, today is like day 45 for me. Day 46, whatever it is. I'm just like,
I know.
I can't wait to take a drive somewhere tomorrow or something like that. So I can't wait. So what you want to do today? What you want to practice?
It's up to you. We can do a little bit of cutting if you want. We can do styling. We have a canvas, a perfect canvas here.
So you mentioned that you want.
I haven't done it in a while.
Oh, cool! Awesome. Maybe you can get half of a haircut and half of it offline. But I was thinking about because you said that you want to do more of like point cutting and horizontal layers. So we can definitely do that. You know.
Okay.
I have my model here too. She has a bit of a shag, so I can't wait to get her shag more shaggy. So.
Hi, model.
Her name is Nadine. Nadine has really kind of like she has frizzy hair. I think of all my daughters, she has the most frizzy hair. Nadine is the most frizzy hair, but it's all good. She has good hair. So we shampoo her hair with some smoothing shampoo from Melbourne, and then we put some oil in afterwards. The smoothing oil. And that really helps her hair. That's like the only thing that I can run my hands through. If else, I'm like, or else it'll be like kind of, you know.
She has that.
That's good.
Maybe she's
yeah.
black.
Yeah, but it's good that these doll heads have different texture because it's more real life, you know. Not every, you know, doll head is like smooth. So cool. Yay, you want to start? So
Yes. Let me put the cape on Jocelyn.
Yes. Jocelyn, are you ready to get a haircut?
Yeah, I haven't gotten it for long.
So what have you guys been doing at home? Have you been how have you been, Julia, how have you been, I don't know, keeping yourself busy mentally and everything?
You know, I probably would have never given myself the time to have this time off. You know, I've always been a very busy person. Sorry, I have to lounge a little bit. So it's been interesting. I've actually been able to spend more time focusing on things that I've always wanted to do in the house with Jocelyn. I actually bought a bicycle, which is one of my fears, believe it or not. I didn't ride a bicycle since I was a young girl. So like going in the road with cars is like conquering like a big fear, which I think conquering any of your fears, I think it's very important for any, you know, for your career, for your personal life. So that's one thing that I've been doing. And with my craft, I have been able to spend more time watching, you know, YouTube, more tutorials, things that I actually never had the time to watch because, you know, I mean, you've seen it, the salon is super busy. I'm always like back to back. And when I do have a little bit of time, I'm a mom, so I'm home doing things. So it gives me very little time to just connect with other, you know, amazing hairstylists out there that are putting like so much work into the social media. So it's been good, honestly. And one more thing that I have been doing, I actually started going back to my cosmetology book and just going back to like the fundamentals and rereading everything that I learned years ago, because I feel that we tend to forget sometimes about like the basic things, and sometimes like just going back to the fundamentals is a little bit of a refresher and reminding you the reason why we do things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone said fundamentals are the building, what is it? The building blocks of fun. So
it is.
yeah.
It is. It's like building a house. If you don't have a good foundation, no matter how nice your house look, it won't last. You know.
Exactly.
So same thing with a haircut. If you don't have the foundation in the haircut won't last. They have to come back more, you know, all the time. So it was nice seeing you at the class. I don't remember when it was. I think it was a year ago.
I think it was
Miami,
like
right?
it was longer.
Yeah. Longer?
It was a great class though.
Oh, thank you. God,
I think I
time
just
flies.
started with you.
A year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. Woo, that was a long time ago. Yeah. And so Amanda's here with me. She's gonna have some questions for you and stuff like that. But what you want to do? You want to do the length first, or you want to keep the length, or you want to put some layers in, because it feels like beautiful color, by the way. Just good color.
We just did it recently too.
Very
He
nice.
has a better color than me.
Very
It's
nice.
easier to do it on her than doing it on myself.
I've seen some where people doing themselves. I'm like, it's interesting.
I like to keep her length, I think.
Okay, cool. What you want to do? You want to put more layers in, or you want to put more movement in?
I kind of want what she did like before, where it was like a little more shorter in the front. So yeah, like layers.
Oh, like face framing. Cool. Yeah. All right. Hey, you want to do some face framing and some layers, and I'll let you. You know, you can touch the length later. That's just, you know. But let's do layers and let's do face framing. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I need to move back a little bit.
Yeah, Julie. Before we start, may I have you move back just a bit?
Yeah, so we'd see. Hey, so I mean, if she wants to keep the length, let's do some concave layers. Okay, and then because it'll be nice to keep her length, and then we can do some face framing afterwards. So I will do some horizontal layers on my doll head because I can't do any more concave. She has no concave. Her layers are like pretty. I did square layers on her on this modern shag. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this up and really go shorter on the top and really make it more shaggy. on my doll head. I want to bring everything to the middle, so it'll be horizontal layers. But yours is going to be concave because you're going to keep the length, and I want you to basically you know, put more movement into the hair. So maybe
am I too far from you guys?
Too far. Now we
maybe
can't
not
see
too
that.
far. Maybe point your camera
maybe
a
point your
little
camera.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll let Amanda say it instead of me repeating what Amanda's saying.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Jocelyn is correcting me. Jocelyn is better up.
I'm just gonna be quiet and
There
let
we
Amanda do her thing.
Better.
Perfect.
So, okay. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Julia. It's good to see you.
She's the voice of the
I
phone.
can't see you, but
No, she doesn't like to be
You
seen.
don't want to see me right now.
She looks fine. I don't know. Cool. So let's start from the back, and then I want to go through with you the sectioning. Okay.
okay.
This is cool. One day we'll get to do like virtual reality where I can actually cut someone's hair.
I know.
Via
We're getting there. We're actually getting there soon.
I think we'll have to one day.
Don't mind my kitty in the background sleeping, by the way.
Ooh.
He decided to join us.
Oh, he's so cute. Hey, I went to Dominican Republic a couple years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. Oh my God, what a beautiful, 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 beautiful island. And it's, where did I go? I went to the north side.
Oh my God, that's
I didn't go to
where
the south
grew
side.
up. Did you go to like Cabarete, Rio San Juan, Playa Grande?
It's called the big beach.
Playa
The
Grande.
Grande
That's
beach,
my
like one of the
town.
big.
I grew up in
Yeah.
town.
It was so. What? Ah, so beautiful. We didn't go to Santo
Yes.
Domingo. No, we didn't go there. We only went to the north. Beautiful, beautiful.
Because
a lot
you
of
flew
coconut.
into Puerto Plata.
Yeah, Puerto Plata. Yeah. Oh my God, I got a horrible sunburn when I got back. I honestly got like what do you call it when you got sunburn that you got a fever?
Like sun poisoning?
Sun poisoning. I got sun poisoning. I was laying out the sun forever. And I went home and I was like,
You didn't
Yeah,
want to miss any of the sun.
I was another. Yeah, my family couldn't recognize me. They're like, "Oh my God, Marky, you look like," yeah, you just don't look yourself. Okay, so we're gonna take it from the back. So I'm gonna take, basically, this is her head. Okay, so I'm gonna take it. This is where her cowlick is. Where is that? So you're gonna take pie section to create your concave layers, okay? So I'm gonna take that and bring this up. So depending how much, how much length you wanna give her for her movement. So let's say you're gonna bring it up. Let me see how much. Oh, section.
Do you want me to start the same way that you're starting?
Yes. Start with the layers.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing the. You do your baseline. You take up the length layer. But start with the back. We're gonna do pie section on only the top layers because she wants to keep the length, so we're only gonna layer the top part. Ah, there you go. Yeah. So the reason why I like to grab a generous section is because, you know, these layers, I want movement because I don't want everything to be so precise. So when you point cut, and also when you grab a bigger section, it will actually give it a lot more movement because one is directed to the middle and the other one's directed to the sides. So therefore, you get a lot more peaks and valley when you let it down, you know, when you let the layers fall and it becomes softer. Okay, so what length are you doing, Julia? Are you
Say that again.
What length are you thinking about? How much you want to take off?
She doesn't like very short layers. So I am thinking, from what she has now, I want to take out at the most 2 inches because she doesn't like to see her layers high at all. She likes to see them a little bit higher in the front, but she practically wants to see her hair almost one length.
Okay, then take off 2 inches. So basically take 2 inches off from this part, from the shortest piece, and then angle it like that. So the angle will be steeper. Oh, yay! I can see. Okay, good. Yeah, just something like that. But keep her length on the bottom, so she can keep her length on overall. And all you're doing right now is just adding movement into the hair. Okay, so elevate it all the way up, and then I know she has long hair, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're gonna start from the long and going down like this, and then basically taking that 2 inches off from the short pieces. Okay, so you're creating an angle that sits like this. And then point cut. There you go. So when you point cut, she can't tell whether her layer starts and end. And when you do that, it'll make it look like she doesn't have that much layers, that many layers, but there's movement. You know, it's almost like hidden movement. That's why I do a lot of point cutting.
Yeah, I think about 2 inches is perfect.
Yeah.
I think when it falls,
I think that's good.
Exactly where she wants.
How does it look on the bottom?
It's perfect.
Yeah. I would later go in and soften up the top a little bit more. So when you do bring it up, point cut the front, the beginning of the angle more. So therefore, especially when she has color, if you point cut it more, it'll soften up the weight line. Beautiful color, by the way.
Thank you. So.
Yeah. So point cut just do more deeper point cut. There you go. So the deeper you go with the point cutting, the softer the layers will lay. Okay. And if you don't do enough point cutting, especially with long hair, when she moves it, it won't be as seamless. You know, it will have a little more chunkiness to it. But when you point cut it, it becomes a lot softer.
I want to make sure that you guys are seeing. I feel like I need to work on my.
I see it.
My position over here. So now, do you want me to just keep going around?
Yes.
The center, just keep going around.
And I'm just gonna watch you.
Okay.
And when I see that you got it, I'm gonna move on with mine. And Raphael, I love you. I miss you. Raphael Bertolucci is. I love this guy. He is an amazing colors, the kindest person. He's in Brazil, and it's so amazing. I can't wait to go to Brazil again. Adma.
So if you see normally I don't bring my hair down to cut it, but I'm doing it now just so you guys can see what I'm pointing at.
Yes. Compromising.
Yeah.
Good. Point cut as much as you can so it softens, it floats more. It gives you that fluidity. I'm going to come up with my own dictionary. Words that Aunt can't pronounce. And I'll put it all together. Distribute. Validity. You can do a mean about it. A mean. A mean about it. Words that Aunt can't pronounce.
Julia, I have a question.
One of the things that I loved about your class when I took it, I remember you saying how you have you know, in the past you have clients, and we all do. We have those clients that come back and they tell you, hey, I want to do the same thing that you did the last time. So you created the system of these layers to be able to, you know,
Replicate.
just have more control of like what you have done. And honestly, it's done the same thing for me, because with this technique that I've learned from you, I'm able to approach each client kind of the same way, but I'm able to customize each haircut that, you know, in the different way depending on what the client wants, and also the hair texture. But I'm able
Yeah.
to just, when I walk into a haircut, I'm able to say, okay, this is what I normally do. Now I'm gonna adjust it according to your texture, what you want.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, as you know, we're artists, so sometimes it's so hard for us to like to be doing the same thing. I mean, not to be doing the same thing, like to be consistent. Like, you know, especially when they're like, I love the color you did last time. I love the cut you did last time. It was the best. And then you're like, okay, cool. Never remember what I did, you know?
Like,
and
let me figure it out.
yeah, and you have to be an architect. I think being a hairdresser, because I always love architect. I always want to be an architect. I want to be a lot of things when I was young. But
too.
architect is one of the things that I always want to be. And having the pattern in your head, or having the blueprint of someone's haircut or someone's color in your head is very important. You know, sometimes you write it down, and it's good to write down. I guess it helps you memorize it more. But when you have a mental note of things, that's where I have all my recollection of everything is at. And that's, I don't know, sometimes this brain needs a little jump with caffeine, but like it's good. It's good to remember it. The pattern is good. Your section is good. Your elevation, your distribution is good. Can I see the bottom part real fast? Ah, okay. And then can you shake it out a little bit like this so I can see the movement? Okay, cool.
I think
okay,
the chair
cool.
is not
Cool.
helping here. So lean back a little bit.
No,
maybe.
I understand.
She's a great model.
Yeah. She is. She
So
just
I
read your
think I
mind.
see a little bit of here.
I feel like, yeah, I would say go a little bit shorter on your right side, because it felt like it's getting a little long on the right side.
Here.
Yes. See.
Julia, I have a question for you. Why
Yes.
is learning so important to you?
You know, there was someone very important to me that always told me, if you're staying still, you're going backwards. If you stay with only what you know, you're gonna get stuck. And I think it's my fear to ever get stuck in anything that I do in life. So I just love learning. I have to keep learning. I have to just know what's new, how to be able to make more out of my time. How can I improve, you know, my craft, how I make my clients happy. All of that is very important to me. I never want to be, you know, to the point where I think that I know everything and I don't need to learn anything else.
Same.
I
If
love
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah. I
always repeat that to myself. Sorry. It's if you're staying still, you're going backwards. If you just leave a boat on the water, and you know, it will eventually like move backwards into the, you know. So that's the way my friend used to always explain it to me. So yeah.
Well, it is. Well, if you're staying still, you're not moving, so everything is moving, so you're going backwards no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, very good. What do you say that? Example, not example. How do you say that?
So
when
how's
people use,
this, you know?
when people use it as like example.
Like a metaphor?
Yeah, good metaphor. Metaphor.
On somebody asking if you can show them how you started your guide.
Oh, okay. So how I started my guide is I'm gonna bring Nadine up. Here you go. Nadine, put your head up. You can't see. Okay. Whoop. You're too high now, Nadine. Okay. So you see her length. So let's just say her length is down here too, whatever it is. So I want this length, the bottom length, and the top of the head. Most of the time, if I want a lot more shag, a lot more layers, most of my shag layers are up here. If I want like an average amount of layers that she doesn't, she can wash and go, and the hair permits it, like it's not too frizzy or it's not too wavy, then I do here. But if someone who wants like low amount of layers, then here. So that's how I see the whole head. I don't really. Then from there on, if I want to go less layer, that's about 2 inches off. So I bring this up. So I'm gonna take about 2 inches up. Hold on. Nadine should not be behaving.
She didn't take her chill pill today.
Nadine? Okay, so if I were to bring this up, so from that 2 inch, I would take that 2 inch off from the top. So if it's from here, like 3 inches, then I'll bring up and take about 3 inches up on top. So if she wants a lot of shag, a lot of movement, a lot of layers, and she wants more of shag, that's about like good 6-7 inches. So when I elevate this hair up, I'm taking about 7 inches from here and then going short to long. You guys get what I'm saying? So that's how I establish the layers. And it's more about like consultation, like, oh, I want a wash and go. Then I would be like maybe around here, depending on the length of the hair. So I probably want around here. And if I want a lot more movement, a lot more layers, then I want to go higher. And if I want hardly any layers that doesn't show that much, then I probably want to take off maybe like an inch off here. And then when I bring this up, I take about an inch off. You guys get what I'm saying? So it's very visual. I don't really have like, So therefore, I can see every time my client comes in, they're like, hey, can we not take that much layers off this time around? So I'll be like, okay, then last time we took 2 inches off. So sometimes I remember, depending on when they come back. They come back like 2 months ago. They'd had a haircut 2 months ago, and they came back 2 months later. That's about like an inch growth, about approximately. So I remember an inch, and then I scoot in a little bit. So let's say that's my diagonal, like so, okay? So let's say there's a hole right in the front of her jaw. So instead of like retaking it out, just basically carve that piece and then make sure you cover it, okay? So yeah, you see right about her eye, she's a little thin. Yeah, right there. So just basically just carve it out. Just carve out a little piece. It doesn't have to be perfect. Exactly. Yep. And then comb it down to see what it looks like if it's covered, that you have enough hair to. Maybe a little bit more. You see where her cheekbone's at? Yeah. This is where the visual comes in. I mean, I'm very technical, but at the same time, I'm very visual because not every head shape is the same, or not every hairline is the same. Yeah, a little bit more. She's a little, yeah. It's normal. It's normal. People have widow's peak?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called widow's peak. Why are they called widow's peak?
I have that.
I don't know. I should Google it.
Ohio, Kazumi-san.
We're just
Oh,
here like
that's better. That's better. Perfect. Perfecto.
So practically with her, I went all the way from her center back to behind her ear.
Yeah, just to cover. And then from there on, you're going to take your guide from the back and you're going to bring it up and then make sure that you are meeting. Sorry.
You beat her first.
No doll heads was abuse in this video. Sorry, Nadine, I love you.
Connecting all of these layers here to my starting point back here, so that way everything blends to this point, right?
Not over direct, but just bring it up.
Yeah.
And take a guide from the back.
So it's a traveling guideline.
Yes,
Perfect.
a guide,
Okay.
not a guy. Sometimes I say guy. Take a guide from the back. Just kidding. Never mind.
Perfect. Oops.
We've been getting so much rain here in LA. Well, so I know I'm not taking a lot off. Nadine is like getting a lot of haircuts. She's just getting shorter and shorter with the shag.
She's gonna have a real shag.
She's quite shaggy.
Do you want me to move to the other side or wait
Yes.
for you?
No, don't wait for me. Move to the other side.
Okay.
There you go. It's a white background. So that's what side looks like.
Okay, Julia, another question for you.
Yes.
What's your favorite styling or cutting technique that you took away from the class?
From the class?
Mm-hmm.
So I really love the horizontal partings. Honestly, that has been a life-changing technique for me. I feel like I'm able to use it in many different scenarios. I never did it before. And you know, it's great. Like, it has made me stop using, you know, what people call texturizing shears or thinning shears a lot, because I'm able to remove weight without the need of using that tool and just doing everything with my regular shears, which I love, especially living in Miami with people that have curly hair, you know, frizzy hair. I think it's a way better technique. I think my clients also have noticed in the last, when did I take the class? 1.5, 2 years, that their haircuts have changed and that the grow out of the haircut have changed, because the way that I remove weight now, it's more with my regular scissors instead of using texturizing shears so much.
Love that.
Yeah, that's only taught in class, guys. So I can't teach that here, but you know, but yeah,
If you want it, if you want it, you have to take the class.
it's something that's just really, really, really cool, and it just really helps to. It's actually the foundation of like a lot of my haircuts, you know.
Yeah.
And now you get to experience it, and then you get to understand. My scissors do all the work, and I do no work, or hardly any work. So when you keep it really loose, this part of your hand, this is the only one that's working. So it's your thumb that's working. Everything else stays the same. So, okay, so maybe now section off the back, take those clips and clip the back off. Cool. And then maybe how where do you want your corner to be at? So
A little higher?
I would say so maybe I mean your hand position wise?
Yes. I feel like
so-
a lot of people have problems with that when it comes to like the front pieces.
Yeah, some
Including
people
me.
do this. I don't really have a like, if it's comfortable with you, I highly, you should do it. But if it's not, then, I just want to make sure that you're comfortable. Some people do this, and then they slide cut down. If that's comfortable for you, and that it works well for you, and do it. I can't do it because I have really bony fingers. So anytime you see that little space right there, and every time I slide it, this doesn't get a lot of attention, but this, like this and this get a lot of attention. So I have to like I have to like almost like cuddle. I have to cuddle the fingers. They're cuddling.
They're spooning.
They're spooning. My fingers are spooning each other. Okay, that sounds good. So I have to do this because I have really bony fingers. So, and to me, it's so much harder to do this. So I become a contortionist, and then I just do this. So I do right in front of it. Just switch. So anytime when I move down, I have to make sure that my fingers are moving down. So your scissors move down, your fingers move down at the same time. Okay. So just keep in practice of like these has to be synchronized, like synchronized swimming. Do you guys ever watch synchronized swimming? So much. So.
Just making sure. Making sure.
Almost. I'm gonna do some dance for you guys right now. Like this. Can you guys see? Mm-hmm. All right, and then you're gonna go slide cut, slide cut, slide cut, open and close. Make sure you open and close. So you're going open and close.
I'm going to start that just to make sure. I'm going to start that around where she said she wants her length. So that will be my guideline.
Yeah. Yeah.
She just told me do it a little longer, so.
Yes.
So.
She's boss. Want to keep your boss happy. Happy daughter, happy life. Just kidding. I don't know. That's just well, I mean, you want to keep yourself happy too. And if you need to do some touch up with point cutting, you can too. Okay, just like that. See, when you slide cut down, it becomes a lot softer. It's not so
super soft.
Yeah, it's not too whatchamacallit. It's not too hard.
Now you want me to connect everything, even this piece that's left to that from that point, right? Just complete.
Yes. You must. You must. So down here, I'm just connecting, because I'm not taking her length off so much. I'm just connecting. Cool.
Looks good.
That looks really good.
Ooh, Trish.
So fun.
All right, let's move on to the other side.
Now, how do you, because I think we all have problems with one side, right? How do you switch from like for me, this is my easy side, right? How do you switch from this side to that side?
What do you mean? Your hand position wise?
Yes. I feel like a lot of people have problems with that when it comes to like the front pieces.
Yeah, some people do this. I don't really have like if it's comfortable with you, I highly you should do it. But if it's not, then I just want to make sure that you're comfortable. Some people do this, and then they slide cut down. If that's comfortable for you, and that it works well for you, and do it. I can't do it because I have really bony fingers. So anytime you see that little space right there, and every time I slide it, this doesn't get a lot of attention, but this, like this and this get a lot of attention. So I have to like I have to like almost like cuddle. I have to cuddle the fingers. They're cuddling.
They're spooning.
They're spooning. My fingers are spooning each other. Okay, that sounds good. So I have to do this because I have really bony fingers. So, and to me, it's so much harder to do this. So I become a contortionist, and then I just do this. So I do right in front of it. Just switch. So anytime when I move down, I have to make sure that my fingers are moving down. So your scissors move down, your fingers move down at the same time. Okay. So just keep in practice of like these has to be synchronized, like synchronized swimming. Do you guys ever watch synchronized swimming? So cool.
I did not watch that. I'll put it on my list.
It's not my thing.
It's so, like, can you imagine how hard that would be? So amazing.
Cool. Somebody's asking if you're going to teach a class in New York.
Not anytime soon. Okay, cool.
It's been fun, that's why.
I know, time flies, I guess, when you're having fun. Okay, now I'm just going to clean up her. Nadine tends to have a little bit of stragglers in the front, so I'm just going to clean her up. But yours looks beautiful. You like it? Yeah? You haven't seen a mirror. Is there a mirror in front of you?
No,
Yeah, there's a big mirror.
Oh, there it is. Ah, okay, that's why she's like, I can see how much you're cutting, Mom. But Julia, I just want to say thank you for coming up on here, and it's so nice to catch up with you.